And I think you and I both know that social entrepreneurship really depends on intersectionality. It depends on diversity in order to solve the world's problems in a much more equitable way. Hi, I'm Payton McGriff. I am the co-founder and CEO of Fabricure. We are tackling the global fabric waste issue with the world's first fabric offset solution.
I'm Beth Gerstein. I am the co-founder and CEO of Brilliant Earth. We are the next generation fine jeweler for Millennial and Gen Z, focusing on ethical, sustainable, compassionate fine jewelry.
What does the entrepreneurial spirit mean to you, and how do you embody that?
For me, the entrepreneurial spirit is really about finding a unique solution to a problem and creating a whole new opportunity. When we were approaching the jewelry industry, we saw a very traditional industry that really needed to be disrupted. When people were buying engagement rings, they weren't really feeling good about the purchase. It was really stressful. The supply chain itself was really opaque. And so for us, it was really important to disrupt and really look at it in a very new way. And being able to innovate, I think, is at the core of being an entrepreneur. Payton, what does the entrepreneurial spirit mean to you, and how do you embody that?
I think what all entrepreneurs have in common is curiosity and creativity to the extreme. And, I think I've always been an immensely curious person about others, about the world, about some of the systems that we've been prescribed and what systems we might be able to challenge. And so I think really the entrepreneurial spirit is noticing those things and being willing to challenge them. How do you personally measure success as an entrepreneur, and how do you think success could be defined differently by other entrepreneurs?
I think that there's a few different aspects to defining success as an entrepreneur. One is, are you able to achieve your goals? Are you defining those goals very broadly? For us as an organization, we are very ambitious about what we want to accomplish, about really causing change in our industry more broadly, not just defining it as pure financial success. I also think that success is really driven by the team that you have around you. It's not about your personal achievement, but are you able to accomplish what you want with the broader team, and for others to really carry out your strategy and vision. Hey, Payton, how do you personally measure success as an entrepreneur, and how do you think success can be defined differently by other entrepreneurs?
As a social entrepreneur, I think we're all driven by the impact that we seek to create in the world. And so for me, that impact looks like creating opportunities, or most often removing barriers to opportunities for individuals who have not had an equitable experience in the world. And I think all entrepreneurs, especially in today's day and age, have a really unique opportunity and responsibility to really consider the long-term environmental and social impacts of the work that we're doing as part of, and a major part of, how we measure success for our organizations. Could you tell us some misconceptions people might have about being an entrepreneur and why you think it's important to challenge those perceptions?
I think that there have been a lot of recent headlines of entrepreneurs with very big personalities. It's all about winning at all costs. And I actually think that humility and partnership are really important parts of being an entrepreneur. I think one of the benefits of being an entrepreneur is you can truly create the culture that you want to thrive in. So one of the things I'm most proud of in our company is that over 75% of the team is female, and 70% of managers or above are also female. And we've created, I think, a really powerful culture with partnership and positivity at the center that's driven by our mission. And it's a culture that at the end of the day is something that's really important to me. Let me ask you the same question. What do you think are some misconceptions about being an entrepreneur, and why do you think it's important to challenge these perceptions?
I think one misconception that I had for a very long time was reserving the term entrepreneur for those huge venture-backed tech giants. And so that created a very narrow definition of entrepreneurship in my mind. And for a long time, I really struggled to see myself in that definition. And so I think it's extremely important that we broaden our understanding of who an entrepreneur is, because more people will see themselves in this space.
I'm curious, how do you define resilience, and how do you weather the storm?
Well, there is a quote that I love. It comes from a book called Half the Sky. And it says that even in the most extreme forms of adversity, opportunity persists. And so I think that really is the core definition of resilience, is finding opportunity in adversity. And there is, like you mentioned, so much uncertainty in the entrepreneurial journey that you just couldn't expect to know or couldn't expect to expect. And so having the curiosity to seek opportunity in those moments, I think, is really what carries you through, and creates some exciting new innovation in moments that you really didn't expect could have that.
I think being an entrepreneur is all about perseverance and resilience. For us, we create a culture where it's very much based on test and learn. So a failure is really a learning opportunity. And so it's just important for us to just continue to do these tests, to ultimately decide what is the best decision that we can make as a company, to celebrate the successes along the way. When you do find those aha moments, I think it's just so important to reflect on that and congratulate yourself, so that you're able to kind of appreciate those in the moment. And then overall, just driving a culture of accountability and ownership. So it's fine for all of us to make mistakes, and let's just make sure that we learn from those and build that into our future strategy.
I love that. And such a fun note to end on celebration and celebrating all those milestones.